How will we win the race to innovate? As human progress continues to pressure the finite resources of our planet, society is calling for more sustainable solutions. From energy to infrastructure to digitalization. And when it comes to more sustainable mobility, all roads lead to electrification. Under our mobility science platform, Dow scientists are working closely with customers and partners to develop materials that enable a low-carbon economy, driven by lighter weight, longer range, enhanced safety, and reduced energy consumption. In this arena, an innovative partnership was born between Jaguar Racing and Dow. These are the proving grounds for electrifying vehicles, where we develop future technologies in a high-performance setting, reducing weight, improving battery performance, and enhancing driver safety. From the fast tracks of Formula E racing to the world's highways, city streets, and urban roads, the feeling is electric. This message brought to you by Dow, official materials science partner of Jaguar Racing. Together, we are racing to innovate.
Buenos días, bienvenidos a la experiencia Mobility Science, un espacio para descubrir la innovación de Dow para el mercado automotriz y de transporte. La innovación hacia una movilidad sustentable. Mi nombre es Michelle Bernard y estaré acompañándolos a lo largo del evento. Esta transmisión se lleva a cabo desde la Ciudad de México con todas las medidas de cuidado personal para el staff aquí presente. Saludamos a la distancia a todos quienes nos ven en sus diferentes países y les invitamos a interactuar con nosotros a través de esta plataforma con comentarios, reacciones y claro, cuéntenos desde dónde nos ven. Vamos recibiendo algunos comentarios. Saludos hasta Sao Paulo, Brasil, Cartagena, Colombia, Querétaro en México y nos están viendo en Buenos Aires, hasta Buenos Aires. Síganos escribiendo y compartiendo cómo viven la experiencia Mobility Science. Hoy tendremos una transmisión con muchas sorpresas y vamos a comenzar con nuestro primer invitado. Directamente desde Houston, saludo a Tim Bowen, director global de Mobility Science en Dow, quien nos compartirá un poco más de esta plataforma de innovación. Hola Tim, adelante, te escuchamos.
Good morning, and thank you, Michelle. And good morning to everyone joining in from Latin America and beyond. It is great to have so many people from so many countries participating in the events leading up to the Mexico City Formula E race. This is an exciting time to be part of the transportation industry. Mobility is on the move, and so is Dow. In fact, it is why we created the Mobility Science Platform, to bring the full power of Dow to our customers. We want to increase the customer experience and drive innovation. Low carbon mobility is essential to reducing the world's emissions, and this requires participation across all aspects of the vehicle lifecycle, from design to production, in use, and very importantly, end of life. The road to more sustainable, higher performing transportation requires cutting edge material science, and this is where Dow can help you win. It's why I'm so excited about our partnership with Jaguar TCS Racing. Formula E is where the next generation of electric vehicle technologies are proven on the high-performance racetracks of today to be introduced into the cars of tomorrow. So with that, I want to wish Sam good luck. Good luck tomorrow, Sam. We will all be cheering for you. And to everyone else attending this virtual event, if you have not voted for Sam in FanBoost Online, it's not too late. We can help him win. This, in fact, is what I think is so cool about Formula E. If you're not familiar with FanBoost, it allows 5 drivers who receive the most votes to receive a significant burst of energy. We, as fans, actually get to influence the outcome of the race. So go out and vote for Sam. All right, with that, let me send it back to Ricardo and Andreas. I wish everyone a great mobility science experience. And be sure to watch Sam win tomorrow's race.
Gracias, Tim. Y hola a todos los que nos ven. Los invitamos a seguir interactuando con nosotros. Mi nombre es Andrés Posada y el día de hoy estoy junto con Ricardo Joma y les estaremos presentando acerca de esta maravillosa iniciativa de Dow llamada Mobility Science.
Así es, Andrés. El día de hoy tenemos dos objetivos. Que hoy todos ustedes, nuestros empleados, amigos, clientes y seguidores, salgan entendiendo un poco más de la plataforma de Mobility Science y que se conviertan en fans de la Fórmula I como lo somos nosotros.
Mobility Science nace como una plataforma para la industria automotriz. Su objetivo principalmente es mejorar la experiencia de nuestros clientes, tanto internos y externos de esta industria, para que puedan encontrar en un solo sitio toda la tecnología de Dow. Hoy en día vivimos en un momento histórico de la industria hacia la transformación a vehículos eléctricos y al mismo tiempo una optimización de las cadenas de vehículos de combustión interna, una mejora en la experiencia del conductor y todo esto basado en un pilar de sustentabilidad. Eso, unido con la digitalización y la conectividad, hacen que vivamos en un periodo único para todos los que estamos en esta industria y para que ustedes, socios comerciales y consumidores, puedan tener lo mejor de la ciencia y los materiales para cumplir con los objetivos que se proponen.
Probablemente ustedes se pregunten, ¿cómo vamos a lograr cumplir estos objetivos? Así que espero ayudar a responder esta pregunta. Partimos de la ciencia de los materiales. Como clientes de Dow, ustedes tienen una gran ventaja, que es contar con 5 de las principales químicas disponibles. Con estas logramos transformar en soluciones innovadoras, soportadas por las capacidades a nivel mundial con las que contamos en áreas de ingeniería, materiales e investigación y desarrollo, que incluyen investigaciones de primer nivel, expertos en formulaciones, desarrollo cercano con los clientes y muchas veces hechos a la medida de sus necesidades. Todo lo anterior en una escala global. Y esto lo menciono porque especialmente el mundo automotriz está conectado. Y la escala global nos da la oportunidad no solo de entregar soluciones para todo el mundo, sino de exportar e importar las mejores prácticas para el beneficio de nuestros clientes.
De acuerdo, Richie. Creo que aquí, si me permites, adicionaría algo que para mí es muy importante decir sobre Latinoamérica en este mercado, y es la evolución que está teniendo. Todos los que trabajan en esta industria saben que me gusta decir que en Latinoamérica estamos de moda. ¿Por qué? Porque somos unos influencers en camino a convertirnos en especificadores. Y ese papel de influenciadores tenemos que reconocerlo e impulsarlo para que exista mucha más innovación de nuestra región hacia el mundo.
Como les decía anteriormente, toda esta plataforma la hacemos para que nuestros clientes reciban la mejor propuesta de parte de Mobility Science. Esta propuesta incluye que toda esta ciencia de materiales que les mencionamos se desarrolle bajo una sola DAO, que sin importar el negocio que representemos, ustedes, nuestros clientes, reciban lo mejor que tenemos. Es por esto que también ofrecemos tecnología de primera, solamente dándoles como ejemplo que el año pasado lanzamos más de 12 productos totalmente nuevos hacia este mercado automotriz. E igualmente, soluciones sustentables a través de un enfoque de reciclaje avanzado. Estas innovaciones se hacen posible con esta mentalidad de trabajar para resolver sus problemas y retos específicos. Es por eso que nos enfocamos en siempre buscar la solución específica para cada cliente. Entendemos que el famoso one size fits all no aplica en esta industria.
Como bien dijiste, Ricardo, también hablamos de nuestra escala global y usamos mucho el término glocal, la innovación mundial aplicada a las necesidades de Latinoamérica. Ahora, no me equivoco si digo que si sumamos los años de experiencia que tiene nuestro equipo de Latinoamérica en esta industria, posiblemente estemos hablando de más de 100 años de experiencia combinada que nos permiten asegurar que ustedes van a recibir el mejor soporte de la industria química. Adicional, cada uno de nosotros, el equipo Dow, trabaja para que la totalidad de la experiencia sea única y positiva. Por último, y no menos importante, está la sustentabilidad, un tema que dejó de ser una moda y pasó a ser una necesidad. Es por esto que en esta industria automotriz somos reconocidos por el liderazgo que hemos tenido en economía circular y desarrollo de productos que reducen la huella de carbono.
Ya para cerrar y darle espacio a nuestro momento más importante del día de hoy, solamente queremos dejarle con algunas de las principales áreas donde nuestro equipo técnico y comercial están desarrollando soluciones. Arrancamos con vehículos eléctricos o e-mobility, soluciones que han sido desarrolladas con siliconas para el manejo térmico, muy importante tema para la carrera aquí en México, adhesivos, líquidos para refrigeración y espumas de poliuretano para aislamiento acústico. Pasamos a conectividad, donde igualmente nuestros adhesivos base silicona permiten un mejor rendimiento en cámaras, radares y demás dispositivos que tenemos en el vehículo. Hoy en día, esto lo acompañamos con el desarrollo de tecnología para vehículos autónomos. los cuales hace 3 años parecían un sueño y hoy están más cerca que nunca de ser una realidad.
Muy de acuerdo, Ricardo. De hecho, creo que vamos a ver en menos de lo que creemos un carro sin conductor por Bogotá, en México, Sao Paulo, Buenos Aires o cualquier ciudad de Latinoamérica desde donde nos ven. Por todo lo que dijiste anteriormente, lo tenemos que acompañar también de 4 segmentos que han sido una prioridad de nuestros clientes los últimos años. Primero está la seguridad, soluciones para bolsas de aire como un ejemplo de lo que hacemos, la iluminación inteligente gracias a las siliconas moldeables ópticas, el poder reducir el peso de los vehículos a través de elastómeros basados en poliolefinas de PDM y espumas de poliuretano es una realidad y reto que trabajamos de hecho todos los días. También el tema acústico es muy importante y si no me creen, alguna vez hagan el ejercicio de manejar con la música apagada. Se van a dar cuenta que el ruido del exterior y del interior del vehículo es mínimo y esto es gracias a estas espumas y algunas innovaciones en llantas autosellables. Para cerrar, nada más importante que el confort. Para muchos de nosotros el manejar es un placer y nuestras soluciones permiten que sea realmente una experiencia positiva. Desde el asiento, los controles del vehículo, el cuero y mucho más, lo trabajamos con nuestros clientes buscando que ese confort que se busca sea una realidad. Con esto, esperamos que hayamos logrado compartirles un poco de esta plataforma y que conocieran muy rápidamente lo que presentamos Ricardo y yo, pero sobre todo lo que cientos de personas que trabajan con nosotros para hacer Mobility Science una realidad. A todos ustedes que hacen este trabajo, 1.000.000 de gracias. Valoramos cada esfuerzo que hacen y a todos nuestros socios, amigos, también gracias por confiar en nosotros y por su atención.
Como dice nuestro eslogan, vamos a buscar juntos las soluciones hoy para nuestro futuro. Volvemos contigo, Mitch.
Gracias Andrés y Ricardo por darnos una visión más amplia de la plataforma de Mobility Science. Para conocer más sobre el impacto de la innovación de Dow aplicada en el vehículo de Jaguar Racing, quiero presentar a Sam Bird. Con 20 años de trayectoria como piloto, actualmente compite en la Fórmula E, uniéndose a ella desde su lanzamiento en 2014. Mauricio Alvarado, líder de Asuntos Públicos para la región norte de América Latina en Dow, conversará con él sobre su experiencia y participación en esta nueva temporada.
Thank you, Michelle, and thank you everyone for watching this Mobility Science experience. I am super excited to be here with Sam today, but before we start, I want to remind you that you can interact with us by sending your questions to Sam. Just send them through the chat feature on the platform you are watching us. And Sam, again, thanks for being here, and welcome to Mexico.
Thank you.
How has Mexico treated you so far, actually?
Every time I come to Mexico, I absolutely love my experience. It's been a little bit different over the last couple of years, obviously with the pandemic, but prior to that, I genuinely think that the atmosphere at the track is the best that Formula E brings. The fans are absolutely incredible. Everybody's very kind, very excited to have us in town. So yeah, I very much enjoy coming to Mexico City.
I love to hear that. And I know this isn't your first time in Latin America, but what do you enjoy the most of running and this or racing in Latin American circuits?
Again, my answer has to be the fans. They bring something very, very special because they're so passionate about their motorsport. They really enjoy the occasion of being at a sporting event, and they bring a lot of energy to the racetracks. And as, let's call it an entertainer, as somebody that wants to entertain a fan base, that's all you can ask for.
You mentioned the energy. How do you prepare yourself mentally and physically for this strenuous and long circuit?
That's what I've always wanted to do, is be a racing driver. So, of course, I prepare myself mentally and physically. It means training very hard in the gym, a lot of time preparation with the race team on the simulator. Everything else, you know, I'm prepared for. I'm prepared for interacting with fans and media, sponsors, etc. But every single time I get to a racetrack, I'm still super excited, as if it's my first season.
What do you think is the main difference for those fans? The main difference between your car and other vehicles on the circuit, on the championship?
My specific car? Hopefully the difference is I'm the one leading.
That's a good point. That's a very important point.
The difference is that Jaguar combines technologies and material sciences with Dow to produce the I-Type 5 that simply is a little bit quicker than everybody else, hopefully. And hopefully partnerships like this one will be the difference come Saturday.
When you're in a race, I assume, because you are the expert, I am trying to assume things, but when you are in a race, you have to control different variables. What are those three main that you said these are key to have success in this race?
It's a really interesting question. I've always thought that Formula E is like the world's fastest game of chess because it's a little bit different to every other form of motorsport that I've ever done. Most of the others, you're just driving at a flat-out pace and the team in the car look after everything for you. In Formula E, I'm having to think of my energy targets, the energy targets of the people around me, where their energy is at in comparison to mine. Can I attack and use a little bit more energy, or do I need to now settle into a rhythm? When do I go through the attack mode? Because we normally have to do that twice in a race, which gives me extra power, so I can either use that to defend or attack. When I potentially use my fan boost, it's a really strategic game, Formula E, so there's a lot to think about in this championship.
This takes me to this moment, like, remind our people, the ones that are watching, to vote on fan boost. They can help you. That's an interesting way to interact with the audience, with the fans. They can help you actually to win this race.
Absolutely, guys. So now I'm going to talk down to the camera, guys. Please go online, guys, and vote for hopefully myself. Maybe give a couple of votes to Mitch if you need to. No, but vote for one of our cars, guys, on Fan Boost. It really does make a difference. We get an extra 15-20 kilowatts for 4 seconds of the race, and it can be the difference between coming second and first. So look, it would be great if you guys can spend a little bit of time, go online, check out Fan Boost on the Formula E website, see what you need to do and put in a vote. That'd be great.
Great. So that's the invitation. And now let's go back a little bit on the car. You mentioned a little bit about this partnership with Dow. How do you think Dow Technologies, and I don't want you to be technical, that's not the idea, but how do you think these technologies impact on the car, on the performance, or in general in the Jaguar Racing team?
I mean, the partnership with Dow started in 2020, and our top engineers have been collaborating with Dow's top engineers with their material sciences to just basically try and improve our I-Type 5, its performance, its capabilities with regards to energy management, overall speed, all of these kind of key elements of the racing car to try and make it that tiny little bit faster. And it's those tiny little bits that make it a world championship winning contender. And hopefully this year, with the continued partnership, we can then finally get that championship that eluded us so closely last year.
I think there is the real power of science behind the mobility and behind the race, and actually a circuit of Formula E. And Sam, we have a lot of people connected from Mexico. We have people saying hi from Argentina, Colombia, Bogota, Cartagena, Sao Paulo, Rio de Janeiro. So we have a lot of people saying hi, and they're actually sending some questions. So I will read. I will choose some of them.
Okay.
We have this first one. It's interesting. From the Jaguar portfolio for the streets, which is your favorite car and why?
Ooh, so I think we're very lucky within the Jaguar family that we have some incredible cars. The thing that excites me most about the car lineup of Jaguar is probably 2025, when the company's going to go all electric. I cannot wait to see what the guys, the incredible boffins and nerds and geeks at Gaydon come up with and what the cars will look like. I haven't seen it yet, but that excites me a lot. If I were to choose a car from the current lineup, you know, I've been lucky enough to drive an I-Pace around, and the range is incredible. It's so super smooth. The regeneration is top. And these are all things that we've worked on with the Formula E car. And the development and the technology from our Formula E car with the software technology is actually filtering down to the road cars. So I kind of feel like I'm slightly invested in that car. But there's some other great cars out there as well. But we're talking electric vehicles, that's the one to go.
Yeah, and that's the real example. That's the real way of how mobility science is working with you, bringing this technology on the Formula E to the commercial vehicles.
Absolutely.
That's great. And also, I would love to see those innovations in 2025.
It's going to be fun.
We have another question from Bahia Blanca, Argentina, and this is it. With a tremendous season last year, how do you manage all the pressure and emotions?
Do you know what? It's really difficult to manage the stresses and the emotions of racing, but over time you get used to it. I am, of course, emotionally invested in my own career, and I want to do the best that I possibly can all the time. So when I have a bad result, it really hurts. But you kind of learn not to get too high when it's gone well and get too low when it's gone badly. You have to stay a little bit more level. And I think that can translate over in life as well. So yeah, that's what I try and do. I try and stay a little bit more level. Of course, you have to enjoy success, to have a little taste of it. But then sometimes it's also healthy to taste a little bit of defeat so that you think, I never want to taste that again.
I think it's a great example of resiliency, right?
Yeah. Well, also, the road to success is not a straight line. In life, be it business or motorsport or football or whatever you do in life, there's going to be times when things are going well. There's going to be times when things are really tough. And it's about how you learn from the tough times to then get to that area of success that you need to get to. But it's certainly not a straight line.
Yes. We have another question in here this one is from Brazil. What do you find why do you find so attractive about Formula E? Why did you switch to it?
There's a short answer to this, and then there's like the real answer that we could be here till like 6 o'clock tonight.
Okay,
but
let's try
basically I give you my whole autobiography. No, to cut a long story short, at the end of 2013, I finished vice champion of GP2, and I was involved with a Formula One team. Unfortunately, for many reasons, I never got into that world, but there was this new world starting up called Formula E. I got approached by a team to come for a job offer to be one of their racing drivers, and I'm fortunate enough that they chose me. I've now been involved in Formula E since its inception. I've done every single race, and being on this journey with this series, watching it grow and develop into this juggernaut series that it is today, I'm very proud of that fact. I'm very proud to be the only racing driver in Formula E's history to have won a race every single year. So, yeah, it's been an amazing journey, and it's hopefully one that carries me forward for many years to come.
Great. Let's speak. A lot of questions are coming in. I will choose this one. I think it's interesting. After a year of pandemic, how do you feel about finally getting back on track?
It's been... That's what I've been looking forward to most. But it's not just getting back on track that I've been looking forward to. I'm looking forward to having fans around. That's why I think this race in Mexico City is going to be so pivotal for us, because we're going to have the people that matter the most to us back watching us, and that's the fans. Without fans, we don't have a sport. So it's really, really important that we're giving back to the people that make our sport actually happen, and seeing them there live in front of us, not just knowing that they're watching at home, is really key. Because I'm a sportsman, I'm an entertainer, I want to entertain people live at the racetrack, and that's really key to me.
And I think we are all super happy to have you back again, Sam. Thank you very much. Thank you for this interview. I think we can keep talking about many more topics. For the sake of time, we need to end.
No, we can keep going. I'm fine.
I think if we all agree.
I'm fine. You can ask me some more. So
no,
it's fine.
Really, thank you, Sam, very, very much. Welcome again to the Dow Mexico, to the Dow Mexico office. I think we'll be happy to have you in the next time.
Thank you very much.
Would you like to share one extra message?
Yeah, I just wanted to say a massive thank you to all of the Dow employees for all of your support. over the last couple of seasons since I've been involved with Jaguar TCS Racing. You guys have been amazing. So I just wanted to say a big thank you. Continue to do the hard work, guys. Your material sciences are genuinely making the difference and making my I-Type 5 faster than it was before. So let's continue to push together and let's try and bring home this World Championship.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much to all who are watching this Mobility Science experience. And let's go back to the studio with Andres and Chris Chandler, that will talk about a little bit about how we are making these changes using the sports as a catalyst for innovation. Thank you very much, and see you until the next.
Chris, welcome to Mexico. Thank you very much for being here. So the first question that I have is, tell us a little bit about Dow Sports Marketing Solutions.
Yeah, perfect. Well, thanks for having us here today, Andres, and welcoming us and the team to Mexico City. It's awesome to see what you all are doing with our partnership with Jaguar Racing. So we'll talk a little bit about that, but also our sports marketing solutions overall. So at Dow, Sports Marketing Solutions is a marketing platform. This is not a business. This is a marketing platform with very strategic sports partnerships that help us build our ambition and business. So let me explain that a little bit. So in Sports Marketing Solutions, we really have three primary objectives. Number one, sports can help us drive business. We have all kinds of ways that we're showcasing this. The first one is through our Jaguar TCS Racing partnership, where we have folks at Dow, R&D folks, working with the engineers at Jaguar who are helping to innovate and create new material science innovation, new products that is making that car faster on the racetrack. It's making the battery last longer. And it's also providing thermal management for the battery, where it's helping the battery run cooler. Now, how do these relate? Why are we doing this for a race car? All of these products and material sciences go into actual cars on the road. And with all of these companies out there in the world today talking about how they're changing from gasoline engines to electric vehicles, this is a great platform for our Mobility Science brand to really showcase our technical capabilities and to get new products into the market that we can then go sell. So it's a great way of how a sports partnership is helping us drive business. So how does sports help our ambition? Somebody once said, and there's some research out there, that only 13% of people follow science. 70% of people in the world follow sports. Sports gives Dow a great opportunity to talk about our material science innovation, sustainability, even STEM activities that we partake in. So sports is a great way for us to deliver and advance on our key ambition statement. And then third, really that big pillar is around employee engagement, and exactly what you guys are doing here today about engaging not only the Mexico team, but the entire Latin America team around a really cool and fun partnership. And hopefully this drives excitement for our employees and people wanting to engage around the world. So the Jaguar partnership is just one example of the sports partnerships that we have. We also have partnerships in golf with the LPGA Tour. We host our own LPGA event, the Dow Great Lakes Bay Invitational in Midland, Michigan, every summer in July. We also have a partnership with the PGA Tour. We have a partnership with USA Luge, a technical collaboration. We help their sled try to go faster. Same kind of concept using material science innovation. And then we also have a partnership with the WTA, where we host a tennis event with them. So you can see there's lots of partnerships that we have in really unique strategic ways that people can get involved, not only from business, but brand building, but also employee engagement. So that's just a real quick rundown today on what our sports marketing program is at Dow.
Yeah, definitely. And thank you for that. I believe most of us didn't know all the work that you are doing there. So let's start to moving on the automotive topic. The first question that I always made to my guest: which accessory is a must in your car?
Oh, accessory. Definitely a air freshener. I've got a couple little kids and sports equipment, and it's a big car, and my wife hates getting in it when it's stinky. So we've got to have an air freshener in the car.
That's great. So please send us your questions here in Facebook. We are receiving a lot of your questions. So I'm gonna read some of the questions that I'm receiving here. This one is from Mexico City actually, and says, how do you see the sustainability pillar from Dow apply in the sports?
Yeah, I think sustainability applies across almost all of our sports partnerships. It's pretty obvious with the Jaguar Racing partnership how sustainability comes into play with the electrification of vehicles and advancement of all of that. But then, I look at our partnership with the LPGA, where that's also a sustainability partnership. We're the official sustainability resource of the LPGA and the LET, which is the Ladies European Tour. And what we're doing there is helping them advance sustainability through the LPGA. So from a league-wide perspective, but also with the tournaments that they put on every year, and then also through their athletes. And how can their athletes help talk about sustainability and bring these very important topics that Dow wants to talk about, and how we see the future of a more sustainable world through material science. So sustainability is integrated into pretty much every single one of our sports partnerships.
Yeah, totally agree. So let me see another one here. This is from Cartagena. So shout out to Cartagena. Thank you very much for your question. It says, in which other sports, I believe you already answered this, but maybe to do another list, in which other sports it's Dow collaborating at this moment?
Yeah, so I did kind of go through the list. We've got partnerships in golf with the LPGA Tour, the LET. Again, we host our own LPGA event in Michigan every summer. Would love to have anybody come up. Please send me an email, call me if you want to come up to that event. We'd love to host you there, and it's a great opportunity to meet a bunch of folks as well. And then again, our partnership with the WTA in tennis, we've had some really cool material science innovations, particularly around the tennis ball. I'm not sure if you're aware, but we've made the tennis ball 4 times more sustainable than it previously has been through some advancements and partnership with Wilson in tennis there. So yeah, so we've got, and then we also have athletes that represent Dow. One, many of you in Latin America may be particularly fond of, Maria Fassi. She's an LPGA player originally from Mexico. I know we've had her on with a few folks from Latin America team before, and she's an awesome ambassador for us across the LPGA.
Great. Yeah, we are really proud of Maria. So I have another one here. This is from São Paulo. So it says, it's a little bit long question. So Dow has a lot of technology in many markets, from pharma to automotive, and it's not very usual in sports to see these kind of companies. I guess that they're referring to companies like Dow. Why do you think this is different for Dow?
Well, I think Dow's into sports for all the reasons we talked about, for the business opportunities, for the brand building, the employee engagement. But really, at the end of the day, I think if you go back to our founder, Herbert H. Dow, where he said his famous quote is, "If you can't do it better, why do it?" Mm-hmm. And when we look at what we do every day at Dow, that's what we're doing. We're making the world better. And we want more people to see that and to recognize that and to understand it. And we feel that through our products and innovations, we can help make sports better as well. So there's a lot of different ways there, but sports give us a real opportunity to advance our ambition and our business objectives.
Yeah. Totally agree. So thank you very much. Thank you for being here today on this mobility science experience. Again, thank you for being in Mexico. I hope that you glad your time here. And we are back with Mitch. Thank you very much.
Gracias, Chris y Andrés, por compartirnos cómo Dow es un gran aliado para el desarrollo de nuevas tecnologías aplicadas, desde la pista de carreras hasta los grandes estadios. Finalmente, antes de despedirnos, Verónica Pérez, presidenta de la región norte de América Latina, tiene un mensaje para todos nosotros. Adelante, Verónica.
Gracias, Mitch. Saludo a todos los que nos siguen en esta transmisión. Como pudieron darse cuenta, la ciencia, el conocimiento y la gente de Dow buscamos trabajar en estrecha colaboración con socios y clientes atendiendo las necesidades para la industria automotriz, como una economía baja en carbono, un peso más ligero, mejor desempeño, mayor seguridad y menor consumo de energía. De esta forma, desde DAO nos sentimos orgullosos de aportar nuestra experiencia al circuito de Fórmula E y muy en especial al equipo de carreras de Jaguar. Esta alianza es el mejor ejemplo de nuestra propia ambición de compañía, enfocada en nuestros clientes, basadas en la innovación, promoviendo la sustentabilidad y llegando con su circuito de carreras a todas las regiones, como una forma de promover la inclusión. Con esto reforzamos que DAO abre las puertas a la colaboración y al desarrollo de tecnologías enfocadas en atender las necesidades de nuestros clientes y aliados. Por ello, si aún no conectan con DAO, acérquense a nosotros para seguir construyendo el futuro de la movilidad sustentable. Finalmente, gracias a todos los clientes, aliados, socios de negocio, proveedores, amigos y al equipo DAO por servir esta experiencia Mobility Science. Nos sentimos muy orgullosos de que nuevamente la Fórmula E llegue a nuestro México y deseo mucho éxito para Sam y para todo el equipo Jaguar en la carrera que celebramos mañana, desde México para el mundo. Mitch, regresamos contigo.
Gracias, Vero. Con este ejemplo, vemos a DAO marcando la diferencia y comprometido con el desarrollo de soluciones amigables con el medio ambiente. Los invitamos a seguir la 8ª temporada de la Fórmula E y apoyar a Sam en su participación en la carrera en Ciudad de México. A nombre de todo el equipo DAO, agradezco que se hayan unido a este espacio y permitirnos compartir con ustedes estos proyectos que marcan la diferencia. Les deseo un muy buen fin de semana. Hasta la próxima.